You crazy mother...
Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. So you've downloaded Dauntless and you're enjoying it, but you're still a little unsure about a few things. Well, I thought I'd put this little list together to help a casual slayer get the best out of their time on the hunt. There are links in the description if you want to skip any sections you already know about. And no, bouncing on goats in Ramsgate is not a tip, but it's damn fun. Anyway, let's do this. First, we're starting with the biggest thing to know. Let's break down those numbers. White numbers, blue numbers, red numbers, yellow numbers, what the heck do they represent? And which one do we want the most? To quickly answer that, we want to be hitting yellow numbers constantly. This will reap the best rewards and make you a valued member of the hunt. Yellow damage is part damage. It could be a leg, it could be a tail, the horn maybe. Any area of the behemoth which isn't its center core, its torso. For example, a subtle one, we can target the magma pods on the side of the Sharog. Keep hitting it until those yellow numbers become white, and now he's unable to use that area of his attack. I have a bigger point about combat tactics, so let's not dwell here for too long. So keep in mind, yellow damage is our holy grail. When a part becomes white, move on to another limb of that behemoth. Let's make sure we understand those white numbers though. Each behemoth has a hidden health pool we cannot see. To take it down, we are looking for white damage numbers. Nothing else will kill that beast. But Adam, you just said we need to hit yellow numbers. Yeah, you're right. Here's why. The confusing element we all need to understand is that all other damage types, red, blue, yellow, are all contributing to killing the behemoth. The white number is hidden when those numbers pop up. But don't worry, if there are no mods on your equipment, that yellow number is exactly the same as it would be if it were there in white. I believe they've taken them away so the screen isn't cluttered with numbers. Although because of Fortnite and Borderlands, I really like seeing those numbers pop up. Anyway, here's an imaginary health pool for this behemoth. This strike is yellow, which injures that area, but also takes down the overall health of the beast. It isn't exactly the same with red and blue damage numbers, so let's break those down next. The blue and red numbers indicate damage modifiers available in the battlefield. The red numbers are wound damage and the blue are stagger damage. To understand these, we need to quickly go through weapon types. The best way to do this is to compare the warpike to the hammer. My favourite weapons in Dauntless with similar abilities, but both have extremely different uses on the battlefield. Basically, the warpike is a bladed weapon and the hammer is there for blunt force trauma. The pike has the ability to quickly open wounds on a behemoth's body part, seen by these little gashes. If we see one and hit it again, we will get red numbers instead of yellow. Red numbers are wound damage. These are here to speed up the crippling of one area of the behemoth. The best way to look at this is using the tail. Opening wounds will make it easier and far quicker to cut off the behemoth's tail. Each weapon class has damage buffs when you see red numbers, all but piercing weapons. But that's a discussion for another time, understanding the difference between a piercing stab and a slashing blow. Let's not go too deep right now, let's just get the fundamentals in place. And finally, the blue numbers. This is stagger damage. See this as the balance of the behemoth, causing it to trip and fall so we can beat the crap out of it for a few seconds. The hammer is the king of staggers, although the sword, the axe, chain blades have this skill just to a lesser degree. The hammer is the best though, as the blue numbers can also be high white numbers too. But remember, they're hidden away, okay? But they are there. So the hammer can stagger and damage simultaneously. This skill is reduced in other weapons. And if you're unsure when the behemoth is about to stagger, look for the bubbles above its head. These indicate the behemoth is groggy, like our grandma on the Christmas sherry. One more hit and she's falling over. Or maybe that's just my granny. So there we have it, damage types complete. White base health, yellow is our holy grail we are looking to find, red extra damage to those parts, and blue is my grandma falling over drunk. Strange, but hopefully that helps. And there's a kicker to this entire section. When you reach the end game, well in fact when you reach mid game, mods can change all these stats and add stagger damage or slash damage to any weapon, giving ultimate control over to our slayers. Oh, the next point leads in perfectly, reshaping a fight. You may not realize, but you can cripple areas of a behemoth, which will change how they fight. Some make your day out much easier, but others will cause the behemoths to act more aggressively or move differently, which in turn causes you additional issues. We've already said about disabling the magma pods on the side of the Charog, but on top of that we can maim behemoths by crippling legs, causing them to walk around slowly, limping. Some even limp so much you feel sorry for them. If there's a behemoth using their tail to attack, cut that tail off. We can completely stop those worrisome attacks. On the flip side though, cutting off that tail may result in a new animation taking its place. Getting drop kicked is not fun. Try out different tactics. I'm working on a video showcasing all hidden behemoth moves and the best parts to take out in order.
You crazy mother.
Right, let's look at the hood. So the percentage meter in the top corner. It's confusing shizzle, isn't it? It's basically there to add tension to the hunt. If the meter reaches 100%, we can no longer revive teammates. This is why you shouldn't use your self-revives in the early part of the fights. Stay grounded and get picked up. Not only do you save your self-res, but the danger meter drops a few percent when you are revived. This can lead to tactical deaths to prevent the beast from going on full mother-in-law mode. Here's a cool way of tricking that percentage meter. Double reviving. When a teammate falls in battle, have 2 friends revive him at the same time. Each time the animation completes, the danger meter drops. But here's what's awesome. It will drop again when the second person completes that animation. Trick the system. I'm not sure if this is here forever, so in the meantime, take advantage of it. Double revive. Oh, as a passing point, did you know that my creator code, ADAMARU, ADAMARU, works in Dauntless too? It'd be pretty cool if you used it, but no pressure. I'm going to throw in now a few really quick tips. If you didn't pick them up from the start of your journey, you may not be having the best of times on the hunt. Firstly, put away your goddamn weapon when you are not using it. Running with a weapon out annihilates your stamina bar, so put it away, dude. Same goes for within a fight. If you are expecting a certain move, weapons down and run to evade. As the fights become longer and more drawn out, knowing when to battle and knowing when to run for your life are pivotal moments. Another one which we are shown in the opening battle is rolling to evade. The problem is, we instinctively roll away from danger. It's what we do in real life. But here in Dauntless, you need to be, well, just that, dauntless, fearless, brave, valiant. Any more synonyms? I can't think of any. Anyway, roll into attacks. I know it seems suicidal, but it's not. I've spoken about this in my introduction video, but let's quickly go over iframes. In Dauntless, whilst rolling or evading, we have a few milliseconds which we are invincible, indestructible, invulnerable, meaning that behemoth, whatever he does, cannot hurt us. This is the biggest weapon in your arsenal. Rolling through attacks, rolling into danger, rolling towards the thing you should be running from. By doing so, you can be up close and personal in the perfect position once the behemoth has finished their attack. Those invulnerability frames are what makes this game unique. Well, that and bouncing on goats. Yeah, I need to stop doing that. But yeah, my point is, roll towards danger. Let's talk about booping. If it's the first time you've heard that, you probably want to strike me for inappropriate content. But let's talk about booping behemoths. It's really a stagger attack, but let's give it its own section all the same. Booping is interrupting a behemoth when they are unbalanced. Usually when they are mid-attack, in one of those over-the-top moments, we can take out our weapon and boop. When the Ember main charges, boop. Shriek flies towards you, boop. Pangar when rolling, boop. You get the idea. Booping or interrupting attacks is a great way to cause massive damage when the creature hits the ground. My preference is to boop with the hammer or the warpike, but since the console release, all weapons can perform interrupts, some more successful than others. Another way to boop an enemy is to hit back their projectiles. I'm still learning how this affects each behemoth, but if you have the timing right, hit those projectiles back where they came, and hopefully, boop, in the moment. My final point is one about working with others. When you reach mid-game and need specific body parts broken, let people know what you need. optimize your gameplay with coordination. I've noticed in public lobbies, the mics aren't used very often, so the next best thing is to keep an eye on your teammates. If someone is constantly whacking away on the tail, they probably need that part for an armor set, so go help them out. If we pay things forward like this, we'll improve another person's experience of Dauntless, and hopefully they will reciprocate. If not to you, then to someone else in their next hunt. These games are community games. We need one another for it to survive. Anyway, I'm going all emotional, so let's call it there. That was 10 quick tips to make you a better Slayer in Dauntless. If you've stayed this long into the video, please take my thanks. You are a legend to me. Nobody stays this long. Write in the comments below, like a boss, and I'll find you and give you some love. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. This is Dauntless, and I'll see you next time.
Like a boss!